So what was the transformation like for you guys? You know, you're getting into character. Walk me through that a little bit, because these characters are so iconic.
It takes a while. I mean, it takes a lot of preparing and a lot of time before you even get to the set. And it was really, one of the really fun things was all of the wardrobe fittings. And we had a great costume designer, and just, you know, looking at all of the reference photos of Jackie, and then they recreated so many of her pieces. It was really fun, because so many people's style has been influenced by Jackie, and so many designers have been influenced by Jackie, and that classic, just such wonderful taste. I had a great time.
Yeah,
I mean, just picking through everything and looking at all the, you know, sunglasses and the scarves, and trying to be very specific and, you know, make her a very real, grounded person. Which she was. I mean, she had all of these wonderful things, but she didn't have, you know, 20 cashmere sweaters. She had one.
Right.
And she just wore it.
And there was such a different style between Jackie Kennedy and Jackie O. Was there ever a point where you looked in the mirror and you just said, oh my gosh?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a different style just because she was in Greece with Onassis, and so it was a little more glamorous in that sense.
Right.
Yeah, and then they were in Paris. And it was also in keeping with the fashion of the times. I mean, it was different than when she was First Lady, and she definitely had more of a princess vibe, I think, when she was in the White House, and she was kind of becoming more of a woman in this part of her life, and a stronger woman, I think.
Yeah. And Matthew, how was it turning into Ted outside of The Voice?
No, yeah, that was just the first day. Then it became. It was great. It was a really fun thing. I mean, I've never done anything like it before. This movie is a tragedy, and it's incredibly serious. And, you know, you get a role like this, and you read the books, and you find out everything you can about the guy. And, you know, I knew that he was, you know, kind of the screw-up Kennedy, and didn't know all the wonderful things that he had done, the transformation that he had done. I like to say he was the most improved Kennedy. And I knew a lot about Chappaquiddick, and I knew a lot about him sort of living in the shadow of his brothers who were smarter than he was, and how damaged he was as a result of that. But I didn't know that, you know, he was able to turn his life around, and that he raised all of these kids. He raised 15 kids. And that he ended up being, you know, the lion of the Senate and doing all of these wonderful things in the second half of his life. I had never worked with prosthetics before and wigs. I played him from the age of 38 to 67.
Wow.
And sometimes in the same day, like at 9 o'clock in the morning I was 38, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon I was 67. And
oh, what a trip.
Yeah, it was a really interesting challenge, and a really intimate movie, a really intimate miniseries.